Welcome to Unchained here on Pahrump News. I'm your host, Deanna O'Donnell. So glad that you could join us tonight. A couple events happened recently, and one of them was the USO show held at the Saddle West. This was well attended and put on by B.J. Hedrick Irwin, who is the founder of the Nevada Silver Tappers and Miss Senior Golden Years. The Nevada Silver Tappers held this USO show and to benefit the VFW Food Bank and the Daughters of the American Revolution. We spoke to BJ at the event.
Why do I love Paris? Because my love is near.
It was the best show we've put on. I'm sure of that, because it was absolutely, people went crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Celebrating her 100th birthday this past June 19th and still not morning. Please show your love and support for BJ Hedrick.
And, and that's hard on a 100-year-old.
How many months have you been preparing?
For 6 months straight without stopping. Yes. And now we got our Christmas benefit show. And we're going to have 2 of them on the 13th and 14th of December. Yeah, so if you snooze, you lose. So,
Yeah, you got to get those tickets fast, don't you?
yes, they do go fast. But what wonderful people are here in Pahrump. I mean, what this Pahrump has done for me, the people, it's for the Daughters of the American Revolution. That, Armagosa needs a lot of help. And they are out there working, have been around a long, long time. And they always go down when the veterans are coming home at the airport and have flags waving and everything. But they're the silent partners that does so much. I mean, they have literally helped Armagosa so much.
They've helped that school a lot, haven't they?
Yes, and the wonderful people. So, and we always give back to the food bank because we know there's so many people that are hungry.
If people miss this show, they can at least catch up with you with the Christmas show. We can't wait to see that.
Yes, they can. You want to see me dance, you better hurry up. I'm 100. So.
Well, B.J. Hedrick Irwin and the Tappers presented the checks from the USO show that was held this past week.
Hi, Deanna. What an honor and privilege I'm having today from the Nevada Silver Tappers and Miss Senior Golden Years. We were so happy to give the $3,500 to the Daughter American Revolution. What an honor and a privilege it is.
We had our USO show, and we made $3,500 for the VFW Food Bank, and we made $3,500 for the DAR, for the Daughters of the American Revolution.
And you picked these charities, why?
We picked them because they do a lot for our community. The VFW Food Bank always need food to feed our veterans. They helped us, and we need to help them. So that's why we picked the veterans, and the DAR. They always are helping our schools in our valley and Armagosa Valley.
We are overwhelmed. This is from the bottom of our hearts. This is such an honor to receive this award from the Nevada Silver Tappers. The Nevada Silver Tappers are a fantastic organization. Their entertainment is unmatched, and the causes that they do are fantastic for Pahrump and Nye County. It's going to help us continue with our Armagosa project, the Armagosa School, our various veterans programs, and the historic preservation at the museum.
Black Cow Coffee House is planning on hosting a multicultural business expo annually. Pahrump News was invited to the inaugural event.
Pahrump's first annual multicultural business expo, and we have each business here talking about what it is that they do. And that's why we're here today. We set it up on the Fall Festival weekend on a Sunday simply because everybody don't go to the festival. And so we wanted to have something for individuals to come to. Today we have 14 businesses here representing. we have had individuals up on stage talking about their business as well, so as financial individuals who telling us about how to go about getting our business financed. We're at the Black Cow Coffee House here on Pahrump Valley and Aldana. This is going to be a yearly function. Next time they can get in contact with the owners of Black Cow Coffee House and get on the list.
Sponsored by 123 Handyman, Yard Cleanup, Yard Maintenance, and so much more. Give them a call at 775-253-8066. We will leave you with a smile. Well, we have our first guest who is a breast cancer survivor. This is Yvonne Aldana. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm great.
Good. So good to have you here.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Let me talk a little bit about what we've talked about is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yes.
You yourself are a survivor. You're still going through it. So you're a survivor thriver, right?
Yes, still very, very deep in treatment. I just finished up radiation a month ago.
So tell me a little bit about when you got diagnosed.
So I was diagnosed back in August 1st of 2024, screening mammogram. No genetics, no family history.
Just a routine mammogram?
Just a routine
mammogram.
Wow. I had a clear mammogram 2 years prior, and I had some abnormalities that showed. 2 weeks later, I was in for biopsies.
Wow.
And then August 21st of 2024, I received my diagnosis of metastatic breast cancer.
Yeah, and that is a scary diagnosis, right?
Terrifying. I remember screaming, being terrified, all the feelings that you can imagine. Just terrified. It was cancer, and there was nothing I can do.
When you are diagnosed with like metastatic breast cancer, what does that exactly mean?
So I had invasive ductal carcinoma, which means it had traveled and spread. It was metastatic, and it was in my lymph nodes. So it wasn't only in the breast area. It was in 2 different spots in my right breast, and it had traveled to my lymph nodes.
And then what was the prognosis at that time? Did the doctors know, or what do you go through with that?
Almost a stage 3 cancer, so I was what they call 2B. Later on, when I had my breast removed, I had a double mastectomy. They determined that I did have precancerous cells in my right breast, and there were 2 areas of cancer.
And you said you had no family history at all?
No family history. So my breast cancer was progesterone and estrogen positive.
Wow.
So that's hormone positive.
Oh, okay. And then, so what's the treatment like for this? What do they recommend?
So sometimes it depends. With breast cancer, you can have different treatments, right? Some do a lumpectomy and radiation and don't have to have chemo. I had to have all 3. I had chemo. I started out with 15 rounds of chemo, 3 different types. And after that, a double mastectomy. It was my choice to have both breasts removed. And, I could have opted in for 1 breast. After that was radiation. So radiation, 33 rounds to really go in and kill any tiny microscopic cancer cells that may have been left during surgery or that chemo didn't get to.
We have to talk about what you do for a living.
Yeah. Yes.
What do you do for a living?
So I work in healthcare.
Wow.
And sometimes we are the worst patients because we neglect ourselves. It's easy to be busy. You're, in the clinic or in healthcare throughout the day, so it's hard to take time to get care for yourself. But I work with Intermountain Healthcare. I've been there 16 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So I manage different primary care facilities throughout Las Vegas and Pahrump.
Does that give you a different outlook on other patients now that you've been going through this?
It definitely does. I mean, I would say that I always had empathy and really enjoyed caring for others, and I've been in healthcare my whole life.
Yeah.
But being on the other side of things and having a diagnosis like cancer, definitely. I mean, it's changed the way I lead, even in my normal life.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask your age?
I'm 43.
Okay.
So when I was diagnosed, I was 42 years old.
Wow. So Breast Cancer Awareness Month is so important. you didn't have any symptoms, right?
I had no symptoms, but to be honest, I wasn't doing regular breast exams. You know.
And that's important, right? Self-exams as well as mammograms.
Yes. Self-exams are so important. You know, I've been trying to post different things on different platforms throughout the month and throughout the year, really, and openly sharing my journey to spread awareness. Doing those exams, and if you notice a lump or you feel something and it's just not right, you know, sometimes you have to be your own advocate and really say, no, something's off.
And that is true about being your own advocate. People don't really understand what that means, and that really means you have to get in there. If they have an appointment months out, you have to say, put me on your waiting list.
Yes.
You
You know, even me being a part of healthcare, I had my battles, but, you know, I had to take a step back and realize, you know, I'm familiar with the system and how referrals work and how diagnostic testing and seeing specialists and waiting for authorization, right? I'm familiar with all that, but I couldn't imagine, you know, some of our patients who have to go through this that don't have the medical knowledge that I had, and resources, and how tough that might be.
Yeah, it is tough, and there's a lot of people who, you know, are going through, you know, different stages, right? I mean, you know, there's stages that you find out about it and it's pretty well advanced. Having it already in the lymph nodes is pretty well advanced, right?
Pretty scary, yes. The chemo did not kill what was in my breast or lymph nodes, but it did shrink it in size. I had a PET scan after my rounds of chemo, and that's why I opted out to have my both breasts removed.
Yeah.
The chance of having, you know, microscopic cancer in my breast that were not detectable, because it's not always detectable during a scan.
Yeah.
It has to be a certain size to come up on a scan.
Yeah, and that's a wise choice, in my opinion. Let's talk about your prognosis right now. Like, what are they saying right now? What are you going to be going through? What's it look like?
Very scary journey. I have a long way to go. I'm very humbled in knowing that I have not beat cancer. Once a cancer patient, always a cancer patient. There's monitoring that we do for the rest of our lives. I'm fairly new. My last scan showed no evidence of disease in that area. I haven't had a full PET scan yet. That's where they check you head to toe. But we're taking it one day at a time, and I know I have a long way to go. So routine labs will be every 6 weeks. There's tumor markings that you can do, and I'll be getting those done every 3 months, and then some type of scan every 6 months.
What's a tumor marking?
So it's called Signatera, and that measures tumor levels in your blood. So if that's elevated, then that will alert my oncologist that something's off.
And then you may have radiation again or chemo again?
No, hopefully not.
Yeah, hopefully you're
Hopefully
done.
Never.
That'd be
one and done,
fantastic.
hopefully, but I never know. So right now, cancer seems to be resolved in my breast and lymph node where it was previously.
Wow, that's fantastic.
There was a small spot on my liver, which we'll continue to monitor. I'm trying not to worry about that because it could be anything, right?
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is you have a team of oncologists, primary care physicians who are monitoring you closely, keeping track of everything within 6 months. So if something comes up, then you have a close eye on it.
What was it like to go through the treatments for you?
Oh, tough. Chemo was tough. I mean, there were times that I felt like I wasn't going to wake up. I remember laying in my bed praying and thinking that, just saying, oh, my heart felt so tired, and just praying that I woke up the next day and recording. I even recorded videos for my daughter and granddaughter in case I didn't wake up.
Yeah.
That's how bad I felt.
Oh. But, it's so important for you to be there for them, right?
Yes, for sure.
So important. How is that? How are you feeling now?
I'm pretty fatigued. I'm feeling great, but the fatigue from radiation and just a year of treatment, everything my body went through, and I spent a year laying around really just exhausted, battling this cancer. So I'm trying to take it one day at a time and ease back into semi-normal life
Yeah.
and what that looks like for me now, because once we battle cancer, we're never the same.
Yeah. You took off time off work?
So, I have a great employer who worked with me throughout this journey. The only block of time that I really had to take off work was during surgery.
Wow.
I took a couple months off during surgery. I was able to, do remote work and have an accommodated schedule throughout my treatments.
That's one of the things I always think of with people who are diagnosed with any type of disease is that they have to deal with not only the disease, loss of income, having to deal with, if they're going on disability, all their, insurance issues as well. It's a huge task to take on.
That's another thing because, yes, correct. Thinking about cancer's expensive. Treatment is expensive. Just thinking about the rides and the money that it cost for me to travel. There's no radiation in Pahrump. So I had to travel for 6 weeks, Monday through Friday, to Henderson.
Wow.
So there's a couple locations in Las Vegas, but that also I connected with other patients locally and, how are you getting care? They would have different rides and different family members because after treatment you're exhausted. So you really try to group together, but that was eye-opening also. I never realized that we didn't have radiation out here.
Yeah. How's your daughter?
So she's 27.
Yeah, and your granddaughter?
She's 3 years old. She'll be 3 years old the end of this month.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
fantastic.
That's what's kept me going, that little
100%,
baby.
100% right.
Because she doesn't know. So even when I was having my bad days, it was like, come on, Grandma, get up and go.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I know I got mine's about 2 years and like 4 months now. And so I know how they
They're
keep you
adorable.
busy and they don't
Yes.
understand.
No, they don't. But it's good for us in a way, Feeds our soul.
Yeah, 100%. Keeps you going, doesn't
Yes,
it?
yes.
So what's some things that you learned that you would like other women to know about, patients to know about? I mean, because you kind of have the inside scoop working in healthcare and also having to be a patient as well.
I would say really just doing your exams and not skipping a mammogram. Because I skipped 1 year. I had some other healthcare needs going on, and so I skipped one routine mammogram, and I ended up with metastatic breast cancer.
Wow.
So had I gone the year prior, would we have detected it earlier, before it had spread? Possibly. But it is so important to get those screenings done, and it's easy for us to say we're busy. Life is busy, work is busy, we don't have time, I'll do it next month.
Yeah.
I'll do it a couple months from now. Just schedule the mammogram, get it done.
Mm-hmm.
There are tons of resources, and for anyone out there battling it, there's lots of resources too that we don't know about, different grants and fundings and rides, which I was unfamiliar with also.
That's true, right? They do have some places, like what you were talking about, when you're not feeling well after a treatment, that you can go and stay in Vegas. Sometimes they let the families stay, right?
Yes, I've seen that.
People talk about Ronald McDonald House, but there's
Yes.
some other organizations, right?
Yes, we can get housing. Mm-hmm.
What is a organization that you recommend looking up? Is the American Breast Cancer Society? Is that what it is?
Yes, the Breast Cancer Society is a big one. Lots of resources and links on that page. This being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, there's tons of walks to spread awareness and different things that everyone's doing to raise money for patients like myself.
Yeah, 100%. And then those self-exams, they even have some really good tutorials, videos, information on how to do those. How often do you recommend that people do self-exams?
We should be doing those regularly, monthly.
Yeah.
I mean, the more often you touch your breast and you're familiar with how they feel, you will know if something's off.
What's going on?
And it will be that much easier to feel a lump, right? And some women have dense breast, and they go get an exam, and they're told it's just dense breast. And like I said, you know your body. I've seen women who have been turned away and told that everything was normal to later find out it wasn't. So if something feels off, don't take no for an answer.
Yeah.
Advocate for
I
yourself.
had a friend who was told that, they were worried that she had breast cancer, and it turned out to be a dense breast. And So, but she's been told that before. So right now she's okay. But yeah, all different kinds of things. All can. I had a friend who had calcium, inside her breast. But yeah, you got to check, find out what they are. We do have some links or some information for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so that people can find out what to do to honor and Breast Cancer Awareness Month, because it's so important for people to find out what there is available for them. And one of them is to go to the American Breast Cancer Society's website and find out more about what you can do. Of course, wearing pink and supporting people with breast cancer is super important. And of course, those walks that you were talking about, different walks, even to the Relay for Life, right? It supports breast cancer as well. But there are so many different things that you can do, and of course, don't forget those self-exams. Yearly mammograms?
So yes, it is recommended. It's changing. It's not even recommended yet to have it until you're 40 years old, but have some kind of a baseline after the age of 35. Exactly. And then if you're clear and everything's normal, then you can get annual after that.
And then also maintaining a healthy lifestyle is important. Alcohol consumption plays into it. Keeping your weight under control, eating healthy foods.
I have probably been the best to myself that I have this past year.
Yeah.
I haven't had a sip of alcohol in a year. And just been eating better, trying to be better to myself. It definitely does make a difference.
And if you have breast cancer in your family history, you're even more at risk, and that's super important for people to get checked out.
Yes, and like I said, just advocating, because we have, like my daughter, if they're not the age yet, but you have a family history, then you have to speak up and advocate.
Yeah, that's something that your daughter really has to pay attention to now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I'm sure you're on her.
We are. So we have been fighting to get her screenings done, and sometimes you have to. You have to speak with the insurance company. The provider has to go back and say, no, this is why we need this, and they'll say, they're too young, but there is a lot of young women under the age of 40 that are being diagnosed with breast cancer.
And since her mom has a history at a young age, she's got to go get checked out. All right, you can also donate to reputable breast cancer organizations. You can volunteer at fundraising events like those walks and races that we were talking about, and become a community ambassador for awareness initiatives. You can also advocate for legislative action. But we're so just happy that you're here. We're happy that you're doing well.
Much.
And everybody wants to look at your story and things like that. Can they go on your Facebook page and find out more?
Yes. So I've been sharing on TikTok, Facebook, publicly, photos in the middle of chemo treatment, after surgery, anything that I could do. Yvonne Aldana, everything's public. Anybody who can learn, if I can just reach one person to spread awareness, then I've done my job.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
All right, keep us posted on how you're doing.
Yes, of course.
Sponsored by One Two Tree, handyman, yard cleanup, yard maintenance, and so much more. Give them a call at 775-253-8066. We will leave you with a smile.
Hi, my name is Christy Sigmund, and I'm here at the Nye County Animal Shelter with Miss Luna. Luna is about a 10-month-old lab mix that is an absolute sweetheart. She really loves people, especially when she gets to know you. Although she is a little reserved, as you can see, she's feeling safe on my lap, and that's her comfort space. She would make a wonderful companion to any home who just wants a dog that will comfort and love both them, and you comfort and love her too. So if you'd like to meet Miss Luna, please come down to the Nye County Animal Shelter at 1580 East Seary Lane. Give us a call at 775-751-7020, or visit us on 24 Pet Connect and see Miss Luna and all of our little kiddos that we have available for adoption.
Thanks so much, Christy. And we want to remind everybody that the Spooktacular Poker Run is October 17th and 18th at Petrick Park. If you want to find out more about it, you can go to spookypokerrun.com. We're going to have entertainment happening Friday and Saturday night. Friday night is going to be the Little Mikey Ruhan Band, and on Saturday we're going to have Chamber Door and Perception, so you want to come on by. If you want to find out the whole schedule, you of course can go to the Pahrump News Facebook page. We also want to remind everybody that we're having the Spooky Eye Halloween event at the Calvada Eye. That will be on Halloween night from 5 until 8 p.m. We're inviting everybody to come down, and it's going to be a trunk or treat. So if you want to decorate your vehicle, hand out some candy, it's free to join. All you need to do is bring some candy, and we're setting up there around 3 p.m. on Halloween, and everything starts at 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. once again. If you want to join in, give us a call, 775-299-9992. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of Unchained. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.